What is up, guys? It's Axie from Good Time Gaming, and I'm back today with another build video. This build video kind of came about in a funny way. I was playing with some randoms recently on First World Bank, and it was a loud version, and we were about almost done with the heist, really. We'd gotten into the vault, and I had to go AFK to answer the door. And I came back, and literally everybody was in custody, and cops were in the vault. So that basically kicked off a 10 to 15 minute long, I guess, game of me trying to finish out the heist and, yeah, basically just win. I was using a build that did not have a taser or anything like that, so it's kind of hard to intimidate cops, and I wasn't actually able to get any of them back, so I basically finished the heist by myself. It was kind of interesting doing that. But for my efforts, I was rewarded with a community safe. And from that safe, I got... That's right, another red quality gun. And whenever I got this, my first instinct was like, holy shit. First off, that was a damn good save. I mean, did y'all see that? Like 2 purples went right by before I got to that stat boosted red. But more importantly, I kind of realized I haven't used the Bronco since update 100 because the builds I used to favor were Mastermind builds, right? So I would go through Mastermind, I would get my assault rifle, and my secondary would almost always be a pistol of some sort, whether it be the Deagle or the Bronco. It'd be some sort of pistol on my secondary. So with update 100, it basically changed the whole way that the weapons work, right? Where before you might have several different weapon types you use, like you might use the assault rifles with pistols or the shotgun with pistols. Probably not that way, but it just kind of made it to where you really only wanted to use one type of weapon now, because the way that you have all these different weapon types spread out in different trees. So I started looking for something that I could put together to where I could use this awesome Magnum skin, but also still be effective. And I came up with a couple builds that I think are pretty good for the job. So I'm actually sharing 2 builds with this one. The first one I'm going to start out sharing is the main build, how I have designed this and played it. It works really well. It's battle tested. I really like it a lot. It's a little different when I normally run, but it works extremely well. I've also come up with a second version. The first version uses Anarchist or a perk deck. The second version actually uses Crook, and it's like a Crook dodge type build. So it's a little bit different, but it also works as well. It doesn't work as well as the first one, but I put it on there just for you guys who maybe don't want to use Frenzy and Anarchist, or maybe just want to have like a dodge version, or maybe if you don't have the Sydney pack and you can't get that, then you have an option here. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, let's start off by looking at the skills we're going to use. This is the version that I am basically promoting for this video. I'm going to show a secondary version near the end of the video, but for right now, we're going to do the main one. So starting out here, I have elected to go ahead and pick up Inspire, and I'm taking Doctor Bags. The reason for that is I kind of want to be helpful for my team. A lot of the Frenzy Berserker builds I see people running are very like selfish builds in a way, like they don't really bring anything that's useful to the team. This is a team game, except unless you're playing solo, which is what I've been doing lately. But this is basically a team game, so you need to bring something to the team. So we have Doctor Bags with Inspire. We have some extra points left in the very end, so I go ahead and put one of those extra points right here into Stable Shot, which is going to give me 8 more stability with the Magnum, which with the Magnum, you need stability. In Enforcer, we ace Underdog, and we go up through here and get Iron Man, which is pretty cut and dry. Basically extra armor, armor whenever we headshot somebody, and then more armor with Iron Man. Technician, we have a few extra points, like I said, so we put one of those extra points into Steady Grip to gain 8 weapon accuracy. Over in Ghost, we take basic duck and cover and basic parkour, gives us extra movement speed and stamina regeneration speed as well. We ace Inner Pockets to get additional melee and ballistic vest concealment. Over in Silent Killer, we take the first rank of Second Wind, we take the first rank of Optical Illusions, and we take the first rank of Low Blow to give us some tasty crit. And last but not least, into Fugitive. Here we go. We ace Equilibrium, which is going to decrease the time it takes to draw and holster pistols, meaning you can switch from your grenade launcher to a pistol much more quickly. And you also gain 8 weapon accuracy. We will take Basic One-Handed Talent to gain 5 weapon damage with pistols. We will ace Desperado to give us an increase in our accuracy bonus for 10 seconds that can stack up to 4 times, and that's per successful hit. So basically you have 100% accuracy. It's like a pocket sniper. And acing it gives us a 50% faster reload speed. We'll take the first rank of Trigger Happy. For every hit with a pistol, you gain a 20% damage boost that lasts for 2 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. Coupling this with damage from Berserker, it can do some really crazy shit. Now the reason we do it this way is because 1, we're running Berserker, so we don't really need the extra 10 damage from aced one-handed talent, and also we have basic trigger happy, so again, don't really need that damage. And in order to get up into this top tier with the minimum number of points spent, we need to do that. So you see we need 9 more points to get up there. Acing Desperado is exactly 9 points. This is of course assuming you have Infamy. If you don't have Infamy, this isn't going to work. And over here in Brawler, we take basic martial arts, we ace Bloodthirst. So for every kill that you get, it'll increase the melee damage of your next attack by up to 100% and up to a maximum of 300%. So you kill some people, and you have basically a supercharged melee attack. Whenever you kill an enemy with melee attack, you gain 50% increased reload speed for 10 seconds. So this is what we use to basically fuel the reload speed on our GL40. So you kill somebody, they fall over dead, you're reloading your grenade launcher 50% faster. It's lovely. You're going to ace Berserker, which will give you up to 100% more damage with ranged weapons. This does not apply to your grenade launcher though. It only works with your Magnum, but we need it in order to get up here into Frenzy. So Frenzy has been adjusted. This is actually the first build I think I've posted aside from my solo build that actually uses Frenzy, because I want to post builds with it whenever it's totally fucking broken. It's not broken now, it's actually pretty reasonable I feel like now, and it's still very effective. So we don't care about the basic version of this. What we do care about is the Ace version. Damage taken is now reduced by 25%. So if you get hit for 100 damage, you're only taking 75 damage. Like 25% of that is knocked off. So pretty sweet, helps you stay alive just a little bit longer. We're taking the GL40 grenade launcher. This is Gauge Assault Pack 1. It's the very first Gauge Assault Pack, you need this one. I have modified it as follow. You can see here all the freaking war pigs I have. Oh my god. It's insane. You could do incendiary rounds if you want to. I don't really recommend it. I like the explosives better, but you could do that. You're going to take the Pirate Barrel, which is going to make it have a better concealment. You're going to boost it for concealment, and then you're also going to take the sawed-off stock. So it's this cute little explosive thing right here, which will have a total of 27 concealment, as you can see over here. Very handy. For our secondary, I am taking the Bronco 44 Revolver. You could also do the Deagle if you wanted to, but like I said, I built this build because I needed something to use my Bronco with. So I have the Flash Hider. I have it boosted for concealment. I have the Ergo Wooden Grip. I have no sight on it. I have no slide on it because the reason for that, there's not really any slide that is worth the benefit, right? Or the trade-off, rather. So you see here I could use the Pocket Surprise, which is going to give me 3 more concealment at a cost of 8 accuracy and 12 stability, which I don't want to lose any more stability because we already don't have a whole lot to begin with. So I could do that if I wanted to. I don't need the concealment though, because again, I'm already at 4. As long as I'm at 5 or under, I get the full benefit from low blow. So I don't really need that. The rest of these barrels, there's no way to do it to where you stay at 5 or under. You could go for one of these other ones if you really wanted to. It would add a lot more stability to your gun, but it would cost you a little bit of crit. It's probably worth it, but I'm so OCD about stats in this game that I have to have the entire benefit of that crit, even though I don't need it, because I mean, honestly, we're using Berserker with Trigger Happy. You don't really need that crit, probably, but I have to have it because I'm a little bit OCD about that. So if you're not OCD like I am when it comes to those kind of things, then you could totally do probably the overcompensating barrel and still have a very effective gun. But for me, I can't do that because I'm a little bit crazy, like I said. And last but not least, we're going to use the Slimline body for the upper receiver. It's going to give us a little more stability and a little bit more concealment. Much like my other build, I highly recommend you using the Ice Pick melee weapon. This is from the Point Break Heist. So this little lovely weapon does a nice amount of damage. Fully charged, you can do up to 450 damage, which is insane. Considering the fact that you're doing extra damage because of Bloodthirst and Berserker already, you'll pretty much one-shot the regular cops with this thing every time. And you can kill cloakers with it very easily, you can kill tasers with it very easily. It's a very powerful gun, or very powerful melee weapon. You could go for another one like maybe the Chain Whip, but again, you're looking at a little bit more concealment than what you would probably want. The Pounder is also an option, but again, a little bit more concealment. The Shinsakudo Katana, again, a little bit more concealment than what you want. Basically, the most damage you can get with the least penalty to your concealment is the one you want. We are wearing the Lightweight Ballistic Vest for this build. With that, we will have 270 armor, 115 health, 31 concealment, 39.4 speed, 11.5 steadiness, and 50 stamina. And last but not least, we're doing the Anarchist perk deck. If you don't know what this one is by now, then welcome back to Payday 2 because you clearly haven't played in a long time. But basically, whenever you do damage to somebody with the Anarchist perk deck, you regenerate some of your armor. You also regenerate armor in intervals rather than having fully recharged once you're out of combat and you're not being shot at or suppressed. So we're using that with this one, coupling the gain that you will get from a headshot with the damage from Anarchist, you can keep your armor up pretty freaking easy. Alright, for the second variation of this build, everything is the exact same in terms of the weapons. For our skills, we have a few differences. First off, we're going to be taking aced uppers. We're not going to get into Inspire, so we're going to lose points from Quick Fix and then also only get uppers here. Over in Enforcer, we're going to take Shock and Awe to gain armor recovery rate. In Technician, we're going to ace Steady Grip to gain 16 more weapon stability. In Ghost, we are going to ace Parkour and Duck and Cover in order to get up here to get Sneaky Bastard, which is going to give us more dodge. And in Fugitive, we are going to ace Pumping Iron to get 50% more damage against non-special and special enemies alike. And then over in Gunslinger, we're going to ace One-Handed Talent to get an additional 10 damage, and then ace Trigger Happy to increase the damage boost duration to 10 seconds for our Trigger Happy damage bonus. And for your perk deck, you will instead use the Crook perk deck. Using that instead. You can see our stats here. We have about half the armor we had before, so 136.5. We will have 230 health, 31 concealment, 39.4 speed, 40 dodge, 11.5 steadiness, and 50 stamina. I find one of the best ways to use the GL40 is actually to go ahead and melee someone to get that nice reload speed, and then go ahead and just start dumping grenades into every enemy around you. Obviously on this heist, it's the biker heist with big concentrations of guys, and you won't always need to do that, but in this situation, that was really kind of the best bet to clear out the room here. You can see me kind of making use of that and go along. It's not really like vital that you get headshots with the Magnum. Obviously, it's better because you get higher damage, things will die quicker, and you also regenerate some of your armor through Bullseye. But the main thing is just try and kill people. I mean, with the Magnum damage and with a possible crit and with Berserker, I mean, shit's just gonna die very quickly, very easily. Really the biggest learning curve for this is kind of remembering that you only have 6 shots before you need to reload. But between the reload speed you get on your fugitive skills and then what you can also potentially get if you have the melee kill buff going, you'll reload your gun very quickly. And again, most things die in one hit, so that's nice too. Aside from the learning curve involved with just having a 6-shot magazine, you have to also consider that the Magnum has a pretty huge kick to it, so you're going to not be able to line up shots that easily. You can do it, but it does take a little bit of practice, a little bit of precision to really line up the shots repeatedly on multiple enemies. Usually I try and wait until the gun kind of recenters, and then I'll fire again, so there's about a half-second delay or so between shots. Not always, though. And sometimes I can control it, but it's just kind of getting used to the gun and understanding how it works in recoil. And don't forget that you have a sweet melee weapon you can use. I mean, melee weapon does a lot of damage. You just have to clear out rooms or to, kill tasers or do whatever you need to. This build probably isn't like the most amazing build ever. It's probably not one of my better ones, but it's one that I kind of made again out of necessity because I had this sweet Magnum skin I need to show off, I do find that it works really well in general. Like I said, the biggest really limitation to this one is just the magazine size on the Magnum. But between the grenade launcher and then just the sheer damage stopping power of the Magnum, I find that it works pretty well in most situations. Just kind of be aware of the limitations of it and don't try and push it more than what you probably should be doing. I mean, nothing else you have inspired to help out your teammates, right? So good news there. Alright guys, let me know what you think of this build, and let me know what you think of my crazy luck with getting two red quality guns like that. I mean, it's pretty insane. Especially this one came out of like a random drop safe. I mean, that's a pretty sweet deal right there. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, and I hope you guys will enjoy this build if you decide to use it. But I will see you guys in the next video. This is Zach's A Good Time Gaming. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like anything you saw today. And remember to always have a good time gaming.